Hello everybody, this is Skyflight44, aka Zect44, and today we're going to be playing Slay the Spire, a deck builder roguelike game which is just so much fun. I haven't played it in a while, but then that's a lot to do with the fact that I kind of burnt out on the game. But here we are! I've suddenly had a feeling, mainly because I just love deck builders, to want to get back into playing a deck builder, and I thought, why not record it as well? So, what is a deck builder? Well, a deck builder is a game where you start out with some standard deck, and the entire point of the game is to gain more cards to add to your deck so that you can have some kind of strategy, do something with it. So, let's start out. We're going to do standard, and we only have one, the Ironclad. So, there are relics that we have. This is a starting one. Burning Blood at the end of combat heals 6 HP. We already have 80 HP and 99 gold. This is a pretty easy character to play as. The other three, there's some fun stuff you can do with each and every single character. But probably my favorite is the last one that we're going to be getting. So, this is a completely new file. I didn't delete my last one, I just went to a new save. So, let's see. We can either start here, or we can start here. These are regular enemies. These are regular fights. These are random. These are actual stores. These are rest stops. These are just treasures, and these are elite enemies. So, I only have 99 money, so I don't really think it's going to be wise to go to a shop just at the moment. Probably gonna go after as many enemies as possible. Hit the rest stop. Go to the elite enemy, because if you beat an elite, you actually get a relic. Can do that. Probably either here or here, depending on exactly what kind of setup we have. And then we can go up here, get the other elite, and either another shop or an elite. Depends. But let's start. So, defeat enemies by playing cards from your hand. Cards require energy to play. Once you are out, end your turn. At the start of your turn, new cards are drawn, and your energy is replenished. Play defensive cards to gain block when enemies are about to attack you. Block reduces incoming attack damage, but wears off at the start of your next turn. During your turn, you can observe an enemy's intent above them. If an enemy is intent on attacking you, be sure to gain some block. Okay, so 7 damage from here, 5 damage from here. Okay, that's good to know. We can defend, or we can use these strike cards. Each of these little guys have 4, or this one has 4 curl up and 3 curl up. So I'm receiving attack damage. They roll up and gain a certain amount of block. This is our energy count, so we can attack you. We can actually kill this thing off. And that's going to take out 5. I don't have much to defend with, so just taking this guy out is basically like actually defending somewhat. So we're going to take 7 HP damage, but we're going to gain 6 at the end of the turn anyway, so not really big of a deal. So this is when an enemy decides they want to go through and just screw with you, debuff you. And thus, we're going to not care too much for that. So let's bash. Bash deals 8 damage and applies to vulnerable. Vulnerable makes it so that they receive 50% more damage from attacks. And the 2 is just how many turns that's going to be on there for. So no more cards. If there are no more cards to draw, your discard pile is shuffled into the draw pile. We get all of our cards back. We deal 25% less damage, but that vulnerable is still there. So, at the end of battle, we have loot. Certain amount of gold. We have 3 potion slots, so we really do want to go about using them. We have a skill potion. And we can add a card to our deck. So, Intimidate. Intimidate's interesting. For a cost of 0, apply 1 week to all enemies. And it also exhausts. What exhaust means is it's gone. It's like being banished or exiled. You're not going to get this card back, basically, is what it means. And, well, you're not going to get the card back during that combat. It's still going to be in your deck otherwise. This isn't so bad. Sever Soul is actually pretty decent. Exhaust all non-attack cards in your hand. Deal 16 damage. If we don't really have too much, then this is going to do quite a bit. Though if we're, you know, blocking a lot, then this is going to be a very bad card. I'm going to go Anger, though. This has 6 damage, and we add a copy of this card into our discard pile, which means as soon as we shuffle our discard pile back up, we're going to have more Angers. The big thing is it's an attack or a strike that has a cost of 0. I'm going to take it. If I get a free attack, that's a good thing. This is a cultist. Cultists are annoying. Let's attack. See, the big thing about them is the first turn is always getting them, so they're going to have a buff. Ritual, and therefore, at the end of its turn, it gains 3 strength. Which sucks. So, we'll defend, and we will bash. We'll only take 1 hit, or 1 damage off of this, but next turn we'll be able to do quite a bit more. And hopefully if we get an Anger, and we do, we might be... Yeah, I think we have just enough to do this. 9, 9, and 9. Let's see. Seeing red will exhaust, but it gives us 2 more energy. That's nice. Pummel, deal 2 damage 4 times, and its exhausts. That is really good if we can get a strength build. Or we can get Headbutt, which deals 9 damage, but we put a card from our discard pile on top of our draw pile. Considering the fact that I'm going with Anger, and I'm hopefully going to be getting into some draw cards, Headbutt's going to be really good for us. So, we use Anger. We can defend, and then we can headbutt him, killing him off, and then we can place another Anger on top of our deck. Okay, so there's a slime card now in our discard pile. It exhausts if we use it, but it does nothing. Fortunately, I'm not going to be able to kill the thing off. So I'm going to have to block for that. Again, having the ability to just heal 3 or 6 damage after the end of combat, really nice. Oh well, you're dead. Do your potion, apply 3 vulnerable. That's going to be good. There's one of them. Ooh, and Flame Barrier. Gain 12 block. Whenever you are attacked this turn, deal 4 damage back. Hemokinesis is also pretty decent. Lose 2 HP, deal 15 damage. That's really powerful. But shrug it off, gain 8 block, and draw 1 card. That is exactly what we're looking for. Considering we're going with an anger build, hopefully we're going with an anger build, that's probably the best option. Okay, let's go with the skill potion. Yeah, we're gonna go with the armament. It costs 0 this turn. We use it, we can upgrade something. And therefore I should be able to just defend, take 1 damage. Oh no, 2 damage next turn. Or this on their turn. And I can deal 9 damage to the louse. Okay, so this is pretty decent. It's gonna attempt to go about placing a buff on itself. But we can... Thing is, do I really want to go about shrugging it off? It does gain me a card, but nothing more. I'm gonna bash him for the vulnerable. I will anger and then headbutt, getting anger back. Actually, I can just get strike plus. Now that's gonna be on top of my deck in the beginning of my turn. I'm gonna be able to get that back. Ah, that's lovely. So I just have enough to be able to take him out. So, Blessing of the Forge. This is pretty cool. Upgrade all cards in your hands for the rest of combat. Now this one, how should we do this? Warcry. Draw 1 card. Put a card from your hand on top of your draw pile. Exhaust. Thunderclap. Deal 4 damage and apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies. And finally, Bloodletting. Lose 3 HP. Gain 2 energy. Bloodletting's actually an interesting idea. If we're going with a draw, if we're trying to get draw cards, if that's what is in my mind of what I want to do, then having the ability to gain more energy probably would be a good idea. The only problem I have with that is the fact that I'm kind of trying to go the anger route, so I probably don't need the extra energy. So I'm probably going to go with Warcry. Ah, this one. So there's a bunch of these funky little bastards over here. I'm gonna shrug it off. I can hit you with anger. Take you out and get shrug it off back to top of my deck. And then we can attack you. The thing is, this Gremlin Wizard is going to be able to do a lot of damage. And the Shield Gremlin is just going to continuously attempt to... The Shield Gremlin is just going to attempt to continuously get back. Like, shield somebody. So we'll shrug it off. We're going to start trying to deal some damage on the Gremlin Wizard. I think it's 2 turns of charging up. Yep, 2 turns of charging up. Ah, yeah, that's not going to be fun whatsoever. Okay, so let's... No, actually, let's Blessing the Forge. Now we can use Warcry. We will place a defend on top. Okay. I need to get up to... Need to get up to 23. Unfortunately, I do not have that ability. Unless I use my other potion. Okay, yep, that's fine. And then we'll defend. I had to use both of my potions, but I did not want to take that hit. That was a huge hit. Okay. Now, what would be really good is we actually got some strength increasing cards. Because the angers are really good. Like, drawing and strength is probably what we're going to want to do. Shrug it off. Now it's only the shield gremlin. And all it's going to do is attempt to protect. Hey, look, it's actually going to attack for once. Well, too bad, buddy. So we got a Swift Potion, draws us 3 cards. That's pretty cool. And here's some interesting one. We can get another Headbutt. That is always lovely. Or we can get Iron Wave. Iron Wave deals damage and gains us block. I'm going to go with that one. So, when we get to a rest stop, we can either rest for HP, or we can upgrade a card in our deck. And you've noticed, like, we've been able to upgrade with a few different potions. This permanently does so. So we can gain 11 block and draw a card. Anger is just ridiculous because it gains 8 damage. And that is for each and every single copy. Headbutt gets to 12 damage. Iron Wave gets to 7 and 7, which is really nice. Bash is 10 and 3 vulnerable. I'm gonna go... Warcry isn't actually all that bad either. Draw 2, put 1 back on top of your deck. I think, considering it's, you know, the big thing I'm trying to do with my deck, I want to get my anger. This, on the other hand, is going to be a bit of a difficult fight. It's going to be very difficult for a fight. Let's draw 3 cards, mainly because I want to see my anger. Okay, so we are going to... These 3 do the exact same thing. They alternate going and dazing you, which is going to place a card into your... either 1 or 2 cards into your discard pile, which are not going to do anything for you. Or they attack for 9. So what we can do is, no matter what, we want one of these to die. Either this one or this one. Because the one in the middle alternates on the other side. But to having 18 damage all at once is a no-go, so... Oh, that's Warcry. Yeah, we can probably get the Shrug It Off on top. Now, we can take 4 damage. I'm gonna make sure I can actually kill one of these guys off. Yeah, dazed. It is Nothing good. It's unplayable. However, it is ethereal. What ethereal means is as soon if that's still in your hand at the end of your turn, then it goes away. Like it just burns away as if it exhausts. So I need 15 damage in order to kill you. I have these two, so I can do that. Let's shrug it off. We'll headbutt, placing the shrug it off back on top of our deck. We'll attack you, and at this point in time, it's just the two of them. We only have to worry about 9 damage or 9 attack power at each turn. Shrug it off. And then now it's completely manageable. Beforehand, it could have gone wrong. Okay. The other thing is, both of these have artifact, which means they will negate one debuff. And, well, let's just say you don't really want to use debuffs on them at that point. Fortunately, I'm going to have to go about using everything in order to kill it off. But now it's just the last one, and he's... Well, unfortunately for him, not going to be doing too much. We've taken a little bit of damage, but it's not going to be, again, not going to be too much of a problem. One more attack and he's dead. Oh, meal ticket. Whenever you enter a shop, heal 15 HP. Okay, this is a relic, so this is just like our initial one. It's just a passive that we're always going to have. We also get to get some good stuff. Fiend Fire. Exhaust your hand, deal 7 damage for each card exhausted. And then you exhaust it. Probably going to go with Iron Wave. Flame Barrier looks so nice. I'm going to go Iron Wave. Let's go rest. And we can... I'm gonna get Shrug It Off. Up. Just because of how many times I've been reusing it over and over. Gremlin Horn. Whenever an enemy dies, gain 1 energy and draw 1 card. That's fantastic. Oh. This asshole. Okay. This is gonna be fun. Big thing is this guy will stay asleep for 2 turns, if I remember correctly. After that, he's going to start attacking. Outside that, while he's in this form, or in this phase, he gains 8 block each turn. And once you actually deal damage to him, that's when he actually will get up. He's stunned for the initial turn. But look at that damage. Shrug It Off back. Get Iron Wave. And then we already have 16. That's cool. Not taking too much damage from you now. Big thing. We're going to have to attempt to... Let's see. Anything we're going to want to place on top? Yeah, let's place the strike back on top. That vulnerable is definitely going to be useful. Okay, so... I can increase the amount of vulnerable he's going to have, which I'm going to do. Life and soul. Okay, so we have one less block and one less strength. That sucks. Basically, one less strength increases your damage by 1. And obviously, dexterity increases your block by 1. Well, we're at negative for both of those, so we have one less. Okay, we can... Let's get back Iron Wave. And we're gonna have to at least mitigate some of that damage. Oh, look at that. That's a lot of damage. However, I win. So the nunchuck. Every time you play 10 attacks, you gain 1 energy. Oh, and look at that. Inflame. Perfect. So I would love to get Shrug It Off, but we're going to be going with Inflame. So we gain 2 strength, which is going to make each and every single one of our just lovely our lovely anger cards. Yeah, just so much better. I kind of want to go and get the I kind of want to go to the store. We would also heal up. We could also... Yeah, I'm gonna go here just because I can actually smithy up. Okay. So let's see. Pummel Strike, what I was hoping for. Pummel Strike, deal 9 damage, draw 1 card. So that? Yeah, Meat on Bone would have been nice. Ooh, and Pen Nibs definitely pretty cool. Dark Shackles, on the other hand, is just something that, again, will exhaust, but you can just completely shut down an opponent's ability to attack you. Yeah, definitely gonna go with this. We can also remove a card from our deck if we really wanted to. Well, let's go with the Pen Nib. Why not? There's nothing else I really want. Because this costs X, where X is the rest of your X is the rest of the energy you have, and it deals 5 damage to all enemies X times. So if you have 3 energy, this will deal 5 damage to all enemies 3 times. Pretty cool, especially if you get it upgraded. Like, let's say I get that, and we can probably get rid of one of these strikes. So now it's no longer in our decks. Basically, like we went through and removed, or like replaced one of them with a better card. Because I'm immediately going to go to Smithing, and the Whirlwind is going to be 8. Mainly due to the fact that it is every enemy. You come across an inconspicuous pedestal with a shining gold idol sitting peacefully atop. It looks incredibly valuable. You don't see any traps nearby. So, golden idol, enemies dropped 25% more gold. Yeah, let's leave it. We don't need it. Ah, acid slime. Yep, so we can inflame. And look at that, this will deal 10 damage multiple times. Can pummel strike. And defend. Yeah, that sucks, but at this point in time, you can shrug it off and defend for what we need. The big thing is, as soon as it gets below 50%, then it will go to attempting to split. And when it attempts to do that, it splits with how much HP it has remaining. And you definitely don't want it to have a lot of HP. So if you go through and take as much of it away, like if that was 32, then both of these guys would have been 32. Oh, I actually managed to kill it. So, Sword Boomerang, deal 3 damage to a random enemy 3 times. Searing Blow is sort of interesting, considering you can just upgrade it as many times as you want. Also, that Reckless Charge. Reckless Charge is kind of interesting, because it's another 0 card. I'm gonna skip this one. So we can, instead of healing up, we can get something else. It's gonna be Inflame to 3 strength. And here's our boss. So this is the Guardian. Basically, after you deal enough damage, he will go to a defensive mode. And I kind of hate both of these modes. Let's shrug it off. Ooh. I like that, but... Shrug it off, one back to the top of our deck. We'll just attack once more. Yeah, destroy, destroy, I get it. I need to deal 24 damage in order to not suffer. So let's pummel strike. Yeah, we're gonna be suffering. We'll throw a strike. And we're gonna shrug it off and defend. We'll take 16. That's fine. Okay, flame's wonderful. We can bash. It's gonna go into defensive mode, and the big thing is it now has vulnerable on it. So, in this mode, whenever you play an attack, you take 3 damage. Not liking that. However, we can decide to... We do that, dealing 22 damage, and we only get 1. We're down to 8, so this, again, should be completely fine. Looks as if I'm going to be doing fairly well in this. Let's go with Iron Wave first. We'll get Shrug It Off back. I'm not gonna get Now I'm gonna get greedy. So that goes back into its... or it gets back into its normal mode, and the amount of damage needed for it to shift again, I believe, increases. I don't know, I think it was still 40 last time, too. If we defend, we won't actually take any damage. But we are going to need to kill the... or we're going to have to force it into... yeah. That's fine. Again, as long as it has the vulnerable, I'm happy. So if we defend first, we can place Whirlwind back to top of deck. It's only going to deal 9 damage, which means that isn't a lot. Let's just get in the damage. We're going to have 15 HP after this. We can easily deal with this. So Whirlwind on its own should go about winning us this. Now, after killing a boss, we get a really good card. Okay, so lose 6 HP, gain 2 energy, draw 3 cards, and you exhaust it. That's pretty good. Brutality, on the other hand, I'm also kind of interested in as well. These aren't any of the like really good cards that I was looking for. But I guess we'll go with Offering. We also get a relic. So, Tiny House. Upon pickup, obtain 1 potion, gain 50 gold, raise your max HP by 5, obtain 1 card, and upgrade 1 random card. At the end of your turn, you no longer discard your hand. That's actually pretty decent. At the start of your turn, draw 2 additional cards. Start each combat confused. Whenever you draw a card, randomize its cost. Yeah, I prefer not getting that. I'm thinking Runic Pyramid's probably our best option. Though Tiny House, I think, might just be better. The thing with Runic Pyramid is the fact that it's just going to screw us at the end of the day, considering we're playing... If we're not playing enough cards that give us energy, then we're not going to really gain or go through as many cards as we need to. Let's still get Runic Pyramid. With that, we go into Act 2. However, that's going to be in the next part. See you, everybody.